welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3 with a professor, episode 2. My name is Professor Claire. I'm an actual professor. I teach at St. Mary's College of California. I teach a class called There's Always a Lighthouse, the case for literary merit in video games. And we are doing a complete analysis run of Baldur's Gate 3. I am playing Clur, the Dark Urge Paladin, Oath of Vengeance. And you know what? It's been fun so far. We are playing with mods, and we are just kind of having fun with this run. I'm not super worried about strategy or anything like that. We're really just going through this for the story, character analysis. It's also meant to be the type of video to watch if you're just looking for some background noise, or looking for something to fall asleep to, or if you're just interested in talking about and analyzing some Baldur's Gate 3 and the characters, then you've certainly come to the right channel. You've certainly found the right content. So I hope very much that you enjoy. Off camera, I did a lot of playing around with mods, getting characters set up with slightly better gear. We're very much OP at this point in the game, but again, I'm not really looking to play fair. I'm just looking to have a little bit of fun while going through the story. So that's what we're going to do. When last we left off, we had just recruited Will and found our way here to the Druid's Grove. So I have Lae'zel with me right now because we have a quest where we need to find a tiefling named Zoru who has seen Githyanki in the area. So that's what we're gonna do. I realized I also forgot to level Lae'zel, so we're gonna do that. We don't need to do much. She's just level 2. She is leveled, so very good.
And again. Swing.
Leave Zoru's over here. Yes, here we go. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way.
By Mordai's eyes, another one. My friend's blood not enough. Come to rip me open too.
Take it easy there, champ.
In Kresh Kalir, a formal greeting begins with a bow.
Is this monster with you?
Talked about this a lot in the last stream, and I feel like I'm going to be talking a lot about this throughout the entire run, but the uneasiness, the hostility surrounding the different races with each other is so jarring in a lot of ways. Zoru immediately refers to Lae'zel as a monster. Lae'zel previously, like just a minute ago, is mocking Zoru. It's a mess all around. This lack of trust is really an obstacle that we're going to be navigating for this entire game. But in the interest, I don't like doing this, but in the interest of keeping Lae'zel's approval high, I'm gonna let her run the show.
Lower. You saw another Gith. Where?
On the road to Baldur's Gate, near the mountain pass. Saw us, for we saw it. Jammed its blade through Yul's belly, straight to the other side.
No twisting. Kin must have been in a hurry. The map. Show me. You can keep your innards.
Oh, you're not going to eviscerate him? I was hoping for a show.
Cool your blood. I'll indulge you soon enough.
Sheesh Louise. Hazel, you gotta chill,
the
girly
locals
pop.
prove compliant. A useful trait.
Do you plan to be that rough with everyone we meet?
Rough. Soon you will be vomiting blood and tearing apart your own flesh. When the tentacles sprout from your lips, will you still cry that I was rough?
Enough, just tell me what's our next move.
The teeth sling was clear. If there are a Githyanki west of here, that must be our objective. Purification cannot wait.
Did you say teeth? Like, I'm not gonna give her an attitude.
The creche holds the Zaithisk. It will cleanse us of the parasite. By covenant, I can say no more.
All right. Whatever you say, Lizelle. Ooh, I might lose my oath if... We'll see what happens. We're gonna see if I lose my oath by making her spare the goblin.
Let me out, you bunch of softies! You ain't gonna shoot me. Your hands are shaking.
Put it down. She can't fight back.
That's the point. Get out of the way!
She didn't kill your brother, Arca. You're better than this.
Your mind wanders. If the crossbow bolt shot through her mouth, would she taste the metal before she died?
So grim.
Shoot before you lose your nerve, tiefling. If you ever had it to begin with.
This goblin is in need of judgment. I should decide her fate.
I didn't ask for you to say a damn thing! Keep out of it!
Looks like the Absolute sent me a protector. You gonna kill her too?
You, move!
This won't avenge Canon. It won't change anything. I forgot I'm wearing that hat. It gives me advantage. Natural 1, good God.
You're right. I wish you weren't. I really do. Damn you. Damn it! Why do you care if a goblin lives or dies?
Because vengeance eats people alive. You'll grant the goblins 2 victories this day.
Your soft heart will be the death of us.
I'm gonna
You'd better
punch
be
you,
right.
Lizelle.
It's all right, Arca. Let's go.
You're gonna be sorry! Every last one of you!
Tiring business, isn't it? All this traveling and adventuring. Why don't we take a little break, Allow ourselves a few moments of rest? Gives me a chance to talk to you about something, well, rather important.
Okay.
We've been on the road together for a while now, haven't we?
It's been a few hours, but
Survived
sure.
some perils, overcame some obstacles. Ever since you were kind enough to free me from that stone, I've seen you demonstrate remarkable guile and courage. The way you diffused the tension between Zevlor and Aradin. The way you stood in front of a crossbow to prevent a murder. In short, I've grown to trust you.
It's very gratifying to hear.
The reason I make a point of saying this is that I've grown confident enough to tell you something I've yet to tell another living soul, except for my cat. You see, I have this condition. Very different from the parasite we share, but just as deadly.
Oh dear. Can it be cured? Or maybe let's ask, what kind of
The
condition?
specifics are rather personal, but suffice it to say that it is a malady I've learned to live with, though not without some effort. What it comes down to is this. Every so often, I need to get my hands on a powerful magical item and absorb the weave inside.
Are you telling me you're addicted to magic?
No, it's nothing like that. Magic isn't a narcotic to me, it's quite literally a lifesaver. I would not burden anyone other than myself with this were the stakes not so high, and the means of obtaining such artifacts challenging for a humble wizard to face alone. It's been days since I last consumed an artifact, since before we were abducted. It's only a matter of time before my craving returns. That is why I turn to you. I need you to help me find magic items to consume. It is vital. Dare I say it? Critical.
So, I actually watched another streamer playing this game for the first time. Very first time. And she went into this game with zero context. Doesn't know any of the didn't know any of the characters. Any of the backstories, none of it. Went into it completely fresh. And when this conversation came up, she was very suspicious. She was very hesitant to help Gale. And the main reason for that was because Gale divulges such little information, and yet he's making such a large ask. He says, I trust you, so I'm going to share this information with you, but then really doesn't share much except that he needs something from us. So at first I was a little like, why are you being so, judgmental and jumpy on it? It's, because I think in video games, we're sort of conditioned to, hear dialogue, hear these things, and like, oh, it's going to lead to a side quest. It's just a mission I need to do in a game, without really thinking of the context surrounding the reasons that a person is asking it, and the actual consequences of an interaction like this. Because we're just thinking about a video game. We're not thinking about it as like a true interaction between two people. So Gale is effectively asking me, I'm not going to give you much information, but I'm going to tell you that I need this thing, these things, and if I don't get these things, something bad will happen. And, I have a lot of questions and he's not answering them. Can it be cured? Are we in danger? Am I in danger? What happens if you don't get these things? How did this happen? A lot of very valid questions that he just kind of shuts down and says, I can't tell you why. I just tell you that we need it, or that I need it. And it's really not a good way of building trust. Narratively, this exists. This is happening so that we see Gale as someone who's a little bit mysterious, who, has some secrets he's not willing to share, and, kind of a way to coax the player into learning more. Ooh, what's going on with Gale? Why does he need these things? And, a way to, nudge the player forward. But as an interaction, it is very suspicious. So I can understand now, from that perspective, why this exchange is sus, for lack of a better term. I need you to help me find these items to consume. It's critical. It's vital. It's critical. Those are some big words for someone that we've really only known at this point, game-wise, that we've only known for, a few hours a day, 24 hours at most. So, I'm still going to approach this narratively in the spirit of, learning more about the character, but I think it's still a valid call out here because in an everyday interaction in the real world, something like this isn't really going to fly. So, in any case, Where do you suggest we find the artifacts you need?
We've already done the finding. In fact, you have one in your possession.
I have multiple in my
You know for
possession.
yourself how hard-won such an item was, and it will be no easier when even more are required to assuage my hunger. There'll be danger involved, or great cost.
Why exactly would I risk either of those things for a wizard I barely know?
Valid question. If not out of the simple goodness of your heart, then perhaps your own self-interest might be sufficient motivation. Having a wizard like me around is quite the boon when facing the perils that stalk these lands. It'd be far harder for me to assist you if I could barely stand upright. Please, trust me. Your help could be the difference between life and death.
That's not enough for us, Gale. I'm curious about this. We're going to try this just for shits and gigs. We can always reload the save. Cool.
You become one with Gale's mind, and you can feel something sinister oppressing you. It's inside of you, a mighty darkness radiating from your chest. You could try to push further, but your hold over Gale feels brittle. It won't be easy delving deeper without him noticing.
Okay, that's interesting. I'm still curious. Delve deeper. Why not? You know, why not? Nice.
You see through Gale's eyes, staring down the corridors of a dread memory. A book, bound, and suddenly opened. Inside there are no pages, only a swirling mass of blackest weave that pounces. Its teeth, its claws, it's unstoppable as it digs through and becomes part of you. And gods, is it ever hungry.
Keeping me in suspense, are you? Come on, tell me. Do we have an agreement or not?
Interesting. So, now that we have this, none of these options allow us to hesitate or allow us to say what we saw. It seems to me his desire to keep this private isn't so much there's nothing malicious behind his intent. More than anything, it seems like a matter of pride for him. I think that there's real shame in what caused him to become afflicted with this condition. And I think it's more because Gale is very proud of himself as a wizard of, of some renown within Waterdeep and, well-versed in magic to have made this kind of mistake. And so I think it's more out of shame than anything else. But, that being said, his shame is putting us in danger, his companions. So there's some give and take here. It's definitely wrong of me to pry into his business, but knowing what we know about his condition, it is also unfair of him to not say anything about the nature of his condition. So either way, we'll just say yes, Gale. I'll help you.
Thank you. I see my trust in you was not misplaced. I'm sure we won't have to look very far to find what I need. Faerun overflows with magic-infused treasure. As do our packs, as a matter of fact. We've such an item already in our possession. Primed for the moment the need arises.
Okay.
I hope I can count on you.
All right, Gale. Secret's out, buddy. Well, secret's out to me, not to you.
You're gonna be sorry, every last one of you.
Oh, yeah, well, take it easy there, Saza. Let's go talk to some more folks in here. Actually, do I not have a potion of animal speak? Okay, no. I do have 2 packs. We'll send all those back. Sorry if you're hearing an excessive noise. There's a motorcycle driving by at midnight.
Fancy a bowl? Best to fill your belly now, while we still can.
Sure. I much prefer roasted dwarf. Stop thinking about delicious dwarf and take the bowl.
Look, it ain't much, but it might make all the difference. The only way we'll make it to Baldur's Gate is to run, and run hard. If a gnoll catches your scent, you'll need every bit of strength. Trust me.
Thanks for the gruel. Alright, toss on to you.
Ah, if it isn't the talk of the camp. Thank goodness you came along when you... Oh. You're twitching something fierce, love. And your eyes. You look like you don't know the meaning of the word sleep. Auntie Ethel will sort you out. I've lotions and potions
I
galore.
also struggle with the meaning of the word sleep, if I'm being honest. There's no need. I'm fine, really.
Sorry, love. I just lose the run of myself sometimes. I must say, though, you're looking mighty peaky. Are you all right?
I've been better. It's difficult to explain.
Oh, I've seen it all. I once had a fella who'd been caught dabbling with a dryad. The wife was none too pleased and introduced him to a pot of boiling oil.
Oof.
But worry not. I fixed him up, and depending on the lighting, he looks good as new. My point is, whatever ails you, I promise I've seen worse.
She is not to know of our ailment. Only a Gith healer may make us pure.
What is it, Petal? What's wrong?
Let's try the dirge line. There's something awful about my instincts, about my desires.
Then let old Auntie Ethel have a look at you. First things first. Tell me what's at you.
I know nothing of my past, and my brain feels thick as a bog.
No. That's as serious gets. Our past defines us, Petal. Without it, why, we could be anyone. Were you hurt recently? An accident of some sorts? That could explain things.
All I know is that right now, I'm imagining drowning you in the boiling stew over there.
Oh, you cheeky pup. That might scare someone else, but I know what naughty girls need. A bit of love and care. If I was back in my tea house, I'd make you a cuppa and tell you to put your feet up. Alas, here I can only tell you to be kind to yourself, Petal. And encourage you to browse my bits and pieces, of course. Let me know if anything catches your eye. Myself included.
Let me see your wares.
Hey, bother.
Okay, how much money do I have? Not much, but I do have a lot of things to sell. Let's get rid of all these things. Oops, let me get rid of that. Perfect. Get rid of these. Alright. Looks like everything for now. Should have enough now. I do. Give me those. Give me that. Give me that. And give me that. Perfect. Thank you.
Take care now, sweetie.
Alright. We'll definitely be chatting more with Ethel later. Let's go ahead and
Feels like we're all waiting to die.
get ourselves
He stares right past you, as if you're invisible. Or boring. You see nothing out of the ordinary. As you turn back, the child slips between the rocks.
nice.
You find the
That
edges
was
of a
lucky.
concealed entrance.
Okay, we've opened that up. We won't go in there quite yet.
Don't take your eyes off my hands.
Throw down a quick save. Hey, Mattis.
Hold out your hand, lady. Let me show you something. Go on. Take this ring. It's lucky.
That was a fancy trick.
You haven't seen anything yet, lady. Go on. Take the ring and watch your fortune change.
Why the hell not? You have a +4 on Dex. Ooh, that's a high. Nice.
Weeping, bleeding hells! Okay, maybe you don't need extra luck. But since you're already holding the thing, call it. Heads or tails.
Pocket the ring. That's messed up. I'm not gonna do that. Let's call it.
Heads it is. See? That's the kind of luck you get from one of my lucky rings. I've got more where that came from. Real cheap too. Interested?
Thanks for the free ring. Your
You
other
got
one?
it. One sec. That's what I got.
Okay. Mattis keeps the amulet. Cool. Bread. Baguette. camp supplies. I'll sell you the gloves, since I definitely don't need those. And a rope. Oh, those are only 1 gold. Not worth selling.
Nothing caught your eye, huh?
Nothing but
Not
junk.
sure what you expected. I'm a kid living in the back of a cave. Anyway, see you again sometime. Take care. Safe travels.
You realize your bag feels light. You were just robbed.
There goes
Waste
the
a
kid.
step.
What's that?
Oh, that's the hole I can't get into because I'm too big. We'll go in here. There we go. Sealed hatch. Find your belongings.
Well, look who's come to visit. My kids say you've been busy since you got here. And I hear you have a problem. A few things are missing from your pack. Is that right? Maybe we can do something about this. Anyway, you want to talk? Talk.
I'm shy a few of my belongings. One of your associates robbed
Maybe
me.
one of the kids picked up something of yours by mistake. I couldn't say. Might help if you paid the inspection fee. I could take a look.
I'm gonna intimidate a child because I've always wanted to do that. Oh wait, why am I Lazelle? There we go.
The rats, huh? The stone's on you. Have it your way. Here you go. Won't happen again. And to make sure none of the kids on the job outside mess with you, show them this.
Jeez, really? Gale's face is funny. At least it's only a 5.
You got it. Now, we done here or what?
Have anything to trade? Ooh, nice. You got one of them too. Let's go. Definitely need those. Okay, good for now.
Anything else? Then, we're done here. You got your junk back. Take it and get out.
All right. What stuff did we get back? That's a camp supply pack, so Giselle should have her stuff. She does. Okay.
Have a lot on my mind, and well, in it.
All right. Let's move on.
let us through.
It is forbidden.
Let my daughter go right now!
She's a thief, hellspawn. And you will wait for Kagha's judgment. Now get back!
Oh, let me through, Mragrashem, or I'll rip your damn throat out!
Hello.
Carl Magrin, give her a chance. You, get back!
Ignore them and proceed.
Stop! Another step, and Magrin will tear you open like a sack of grain.
Why can't I move freely
It's
here?
forbidden to outsiders. Kagha's orders.
If it weren't for me, you'd be overrun by goblins by now.
Keep back! Force my hand, and I'll show you its claws.
A moment, Giona.
What? Oh. I understand. You. Apparently Kagha wants to see you. Go ahead.
Alright, we are in. Let's go ahead and start having some conversations. Hello!
Ah, my good friend. You were at the gates just now, no? When the goblins came? You saw them up close? A few questions, if you please. There's no overstating my interest.
Ask your questions.
Glory. Now then, how would you describe that particular band of goblins? Size, nature, distinguishing qualities?
You search your mind, successfully recalling various details of goblin behavior.
Give an exact description.
Goblins were of a rare, jam-colored hue and wielded magic blowguns.
A mythweaver. This man has no respect for truth.
And the dragon they had marching in the rear, was it of the brass or silver variety?
Dragon? There wasn't any dragon.
Witnesses failed to notice the obvious dragon. Last question, then you'll be quite free. Did the attackers rally to the absolute when they fell upon the gates?
Yes, they called out the name like a war cry.
They did, didn't they? Oh, curious. Oh, curious indeed. I've interrogated one, a captive in this very camp. She reports they've abandoned their god Maglabiet in favor of someone called the Absolute. The scandal.
Well,
Never you mind. I'm on my way to their camp as we speak. I always knew my studies in Gukliak would come to some use.
Wait, about our conversation from earlier. Why the dragon?
My friend, every story benefits from a dragon. Until we meet again.
Can we trade, though?
Pardon me. I must prepare to travel. Good day, my friend.
I'll trade. Ooh, I do want those. I don't need 5 of them, though. I don't think I have enough to trade with you, though. Yeah, that's a bummer. That's okay. We'll get more money soon. Alright, so actually the first thing I want to do is go get some musical proficiency from Alfira. Hello.
Dance upon the stars tonight. Smiles and pain will fade away. Words of mine will change. No. Become.
What's that tune you're singing?
More like butchering. Don't know why I bother.
You alright?
No, I'm moments away from a grisly death. At the hands of this bloody song. I can't. Nothing fits, you know?
Let me see if I can help.
It can't hurt. I have an extra loot, if you want.
Give me that loot. We can perform together.
I'll start from the beginning. We'll take it slow. Dance upon the stars tonight. Smile and pain will fade away.
Slip the loot into your pack. That's so mean. Alright, let's try it.
Words of mine will turn to ash when you cool the last light down. Moon reminds me of your grace, all the love I can't repay. Rest and know that I will pray. Farewell, my dear old friend. Sorry.
Gale approves. Of what? Tears? That song was beautiful, worthy of a few tears.
Thanks. That's the first time I've played since Lihala died. My teacher. She was playing her lute. We didn't hear the gnolls coming. There was so much blood. I can still smell it.
Trauma is a horrible, horrible thing. And she's clearly impacted by it, even in the sense that she's not able to perform. So the act of performing this song with her is sort of bridging the gap that has been created for her due to the loss of her teacher, the other person that would play with her. So I think being that, even if it was only a momentary partner for her with that song, I think is like a bridge towards healing in a way for Alfira. And also, I mean, it seems obvious enough to me just from the fact that she's able to be vulnerable with us, share why she's having a difficult time with this song, and telling us the details about what happened to her and her teacher. So it's a moving display, to be sure. It sounds so. I'm going to acknowledge she's telling me, there's so much blood. Like, she still clearly visualizes what happened very deeply. So I think acknowledging that and apologizing is the way to go.
It was awful. I couldn't look at a lute without hearing her screaming. I'd forgotten what it was like. That itch to perfect a song. Keep the loot, please. You've earned it. The Weeping Dawn will be my gift to Lihala. I've a long way to go. But thank you. I needed this.
Too sweet. Odiously sweet. The vomitous gall within despairs at your kindness.
Yeah, she pretty much told us exactly that. She's still very much consumed by the grief.
With pleasure.
That she correlates the sound of the lute to her teacher's death. So we helped create a new correlation for her, which I think is very important. Oh. Cool. Something for Gale to eat later.
All his ash and meat.
Let Snow White keep playing. All right.
How much farther can I go?
Cuff it. We need you to move. Throw a fish next to the elevator. Thank you. We're gonna need that for later. It's so dramatic.
I do wish I could understand you.
You have like 5 potions of animal speaking, my guy. You should be able to understand him. Alright. Let's go save Arabella.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Should be easy to do as a paladin.
Please. I'm sorry.
This is madness, Kagha. She's just a...
A what, Wrath? A thief? A poison? A threat? I will imprison the devil. And I will cast out every stranger.
A death viper. You've milked their poison before. A single drop of it could kill that child in a heartbeat.
Thief? Poison? What's this girl's actual crime?
Girl? You mean parasite? She eats our food, drinks our water, then steals our most holy idol in thanks. Wrath, lock her up. She remains here until the rite is complete. And keep still, devil. Tila is restless.
Come, Kagha. We took back the idol. Surely...
Do it.
The snake's hiss of approval reveals its intentions. Should the child struggle, it is poised to strike. The death of a child. A timeless tragedy that never grows old.
Actually, I'll hold my thought until we finish this segment. I am versed in the ways of justice. Make your case, and I will pass judgment.
Very well. I'll defer to your ruling. My circle has offered grace to these outsiders. We gave them shelter from storm. We nourished their bellies. In return, these devils lured in a horde of goblins. And their spawn stole the one relic that might keep us safe. We've taken back our relic. But I will keep the fiend caged till our protection rite is complete.
What do you say for yourself, child?
I was scared.
They said when the rite was over we'd have to leave. But there's goblins out there and worse. And it's nice here. So I took the idol. I thought maybe then we could stay. Please let me go. I'll be good, I swear.
Well, Paladin, what say you?
The thing about leaders, corrupt leaders, and I think this is especially relevant right now in the US's political climate, when a leader and or their followers want something or are discontent with something, the leader will always seek a scapegoat, an idea or a group or a person to blame for their misfortunes. Probably the most memorable case of this is Nazi Germany in World War II, and Hitler blaming the Jews for everything that befell Germany and using hatred of the Jews and the accompanying genocide as a way to lift up Germany following World War I. It is a very easy way to unite people by having a common enemy. And we see Kagha displaying that here. Granted, there is resistance from Wrath and presumably others within the Grove. Not that we've seen much of it, but this is Kagha's strategy to preserve the Grove, to assert her authority, and to cast out undesirables. And Arabella here is unfortunately the tangible and readily available symbol of the outsider threat, the tiefling threat, the devil threat. And so she justifies her behavior by blaming the tieflings, blaming the refugees for their impurity, which is staining the Grove. And Kagha clearly believes in her own BS. She's clearly very firm in her convictions here, because she has no problem standing and staring us in the eyes and saying this is a reason to lock up a child. But Kagha's conviction represents the very real and very relevant right now danger of what that kind of hatred can do to those that are in power and to the people that follow this person in power. So we'll say, return the girl to her family. She's made amends and you have your relic.
Thank you! Thank you, thank you!
Tila, to me! Out, thief. My grace has its limits.
Thank you, Kagha. Master Halsin...
Halsin isn't here. Keep his name off your tongue, lest Tila pierce it.
All right. Gale?
That woman has more venom in her heart than a snake in its fangs. But at least the child is safe. What is youth if not a time to be forgiven for one's transgressions?
Forgiveness means nothing if she doesn't learn from her mistakes. but which is what I'll say, but this is definitely Gale projecting here. He's, he doesn't know that we know his little secret. But again, this is Gale feeling shame for the predicament he has found himself in, for, the affliction that he has. And he seeks justification. He seeks validation from us through the guise of Arabella and her situation. But, so I will say forgiveness means nothing if she doesn't learn from her mistakes.
Calm, let's cut the kid some slack, shall we? She didn't deserve this madcap spectacle as far as I'm concerned.
Uh-huh. Even if it's true.
Almost finished. What if they try to steal from us? Again.
Go on. Say it. You think I'm a monster?
Only a monster would threaten
Yes,
a child.
You would say so. I know your kind. You see only villains and victims. A viper bears her fangs defending her brood. I call her mother. You call her monster. No matter. I took back the idol of Sylvanus, and the rite is resumed. We will seal the grove, free from harm, free of intruders.
Zevlor believes his people will perish on the road.
And mine perish if he stays. You showed great mettle at the gate. The mettle of a skilled sword for hire. I want you to provide your services to Zevlor. Offer to guide the Outlanders out of the grove. I'm sure they'll reward you well. They're to be gone before final prayer. If they are not, the Viper must strike.
Then it seems I'd best speak to Zevlor.
You will do more than speak. This tale ends but one way. With the Outlander rot cleansed, and the grove forever shrouded.
So much of control is about isolating your community from the world around it. Kagha wants to isolate the grove to solidify her power. She cannot truly be in control at the level she wants.
Trust no one.
As long as the grove is in harmony with the rest of the world at large.
Should be easy.
Thank you. The Shadow Druid's Doctrine. The book's spine is limber from overuse. The corner of one page is folded inwards. Balance is a myth. Where any clan treads, nature struggles. Unity is a fiction. Men of mere flesh seek only to tame beast and raise flora. We are the thunder and we are the rain. We shatter mankind and grow new life in its place. Cool. Got some inspo. It was needed. I was struggling with that lack of inspo. Read. Marks crisscrossing the page don't look scribed so much as slashed. Kagha, swamp docks, tree, meet me, alone, Uladin.
All right, what now?
Don't mind me. Hello, wolf friend. I suppose you're not really a friend, but... Okay, let's talk to Nettie.
I see you. Just give me a moment.
This may be Catherine's.
There. It's up to her now. Life or death. Now, what was it you needed?
Healing? Looks like I came to the right person.
I do what I can. For most folks, that's enough. Come here. let's have a look at you. You seem healthy enough. A bit tired around the eyes, maybe.
No good way of putting this. I have a tadpole in my head.
A tadpole? A mind flayer tadpole?
You know of them? Can you help me?
I'll do what I can. Come, follow me. I might be able to help. We need to be quick. This way. This one had the same problem as you. Attacked us in the woods together with some goblins. Tadpole crawled out of his head soon after.
I'm hoping for a less grave cure.
I'll do the best I can. I'm no Master Halsin, mind. He'd have your tadpole out like that. Still, we have options. You don't have to be here for this.
I'm interested in the procedure, actually. Please, go ahead.
All right. Let's see what we can do.
Thank you. I'll take anything that can help.
Now, tell me what's been happening. Any symptoms? Strange events?
I can merge my mind with anyone else that's infected.
Victims can identify each other. Not that the others know they're victims, of course. How'd you pick up the parasite? Halsin was desperate to find where all this was happening.
On a mind flayer ship. I was kidnapped and infected.
A mind flayer ship? But Master Halsin was sure. Look, you've been straight with me, so I'll be straight with you. You're dangerous. If you transform here, we're all dead. But you seem like a good soul. You deserve a chance to save yourself. This is a vial of wyvern poison. Swear to me, you'll swallow it if you feel any symptoms.
I thought you could cure me. What about that branch of yours?
The thorn? Coated in a fatal toxin. It was a last resort, in case I couldn't trust you. I don't have a cure. Only a way out. I'm sorry for misleading you, but I had to be sure you weren't a threat before I told you everything. Now, do I have your word or not?
I swear.
I hope it doesn't come to that, but thank you. Here. You know, I've spent my life treating folk and never once saw a mind flayer infection. Then suddenly, there's dozens of you. Maybe more. Master Halsin and I were tracking them, studying them, trying to figure out what the hells was going on. Because you should all be changing. There should be a small army of mind flayers out there. But you're not. Weird powers aside, you seem perfectly normal.
Thank you. What do you mean should be changing?
Mind flayers reproduce by infecting someone with their parasite. 7 gruesome days later, the victim transforms and a new mind flayer is born. The thing in your skull, though, it's different to anything in our records. It's one of their worms for sure. But this one gives you powers. Telepathic connections. And it doesn't turn you into one of them. Not yet, anyhow.
So you think it's only a matter of time?
Could be. But there's a lot we don't know. Infected, folks like you, have been converging on an old temple of Selûne. And I've no idea why. When Master Halsin heard the adventurers were heading that way, he saw a chance to get answers. joined on the spot. Whatever he found there, he didn't make it back.
What do you want me to do?
The thing is, I've sent birds to find him, but the place is rotten with goblins. None of us can even get close. You, though, you're one of them. Technically speaking, I mean. They won't kill someone carrying their parasite. If you can find Halsin and get him out of there, we can discover what he learned. And perhaps he can save your life. How's that sound?
All right, I'll find Halsin.
Thank you. It would mean everything to the Grove. To me. I wish I could tell you more. But only those adventurers know what happened out there. All I can say for sure is they all went to the old temple of Selûne. And Master Halsin didn't make it back. Good luck out there. And if things start to go bad, remember the vial. Remember your oath.
All right.
Step at a time, Nettie. Come on.
Pretty.
There's something in that vessel.
Oh.
Take a closer look.
What vessel? We will just take that. Okay. Dissected drow. Drow's letter. Track the druid. Find whatever burrow he runs to, and report back to me. Remember, you are only a scout. Do not engage. Do not kill anyone. Simply observe and return. I shall decide what we do next. M. Dun dun dun. Got a mind flayer parasite for that. I think I did. All right. We can head back out of here. Let's go get my favorite barbarian.
Find our master. Return to me then. Tell me what you find. Tell only me. Understand?
Keep their confidence if you insist.
Hello.
Dream in red.
Wait.
You ever scare me like that again, and I'll feed you to a gnoll.
Mom, I'm fine. Stop it.
Our little Hellion told us what happened. Thank you. Don't know what we'd do without her.
I hope we'll meet again under better circumstances.
Likewise. Arabella?
Thank you for helping me.
You're welcome.
Girls, it's our job to get us out of here safely. Not yours.
It's my job too. The druids don't care about us.
All right. Let's go and have a chat with, or take the shortcut. So I learned of a very silly shortcut to get to Karlach. It is very, very silly. We're gonna do it.
No, sir. They'll find it.
Yes. Of course.
That's not what I wanted. Is it? I could have sworn there was there was steps back here. Ah, here. Alright. More stuff to sell later. Camp supplies too. We do love camp supplies. So much wine. Wine, wine, wine. Potatoes.
Tempers are rising. It's clear not everything you find is at your disposal.
Sorry. Anyway. Ooh, well, 3 of us at least are leveled up. Okay. Now let's see. Point at which I need to leap down. I will lose so much HP. Goodness golly. What fast travel points do I have? Okay, I do have that. Alright.
I need to hold on.
The only other cure is the blade.
Okay. Wonderful.
Wow, Astarion got it easy. Sorry, everyone. And finally lays out. Let's break everyone's knees. I'm so sorry.
Such a headache.
Well, this is a short rest for you.
Feel that one later.
Watch your back.
A long way from Waterdeep.
Ignorance breeds madness.
Alright. Let's pick up. Oops.
All's well that ends not as bad as it could have.
Tell me, Lae'zel, when you say we might be purified at your creche, what does that mean exactly?
Augusta will affix the Zafisk, the Purifier, to our heads. Its magic will quell the parasite in an instant.
Well, I thought you weren't allowed to tell us.
Very well.
Okay.
One horn. This is the devil Will has been tasked to kill.
Are you all right?
Me? Never been better. Well, fuck me. It's you, from the Nautiloid. Please tell me I found you before those so-called Paladins of Tyr did.
Haven't met any Tyrans lately? No.
Good. Great. Glad I don't have to kill you.
A great heat roars through you. Her heat, fiery as the hells. Then you're lost in visions of demonic armies as you tear through a landscape of fire and blood. The Blood War. You saw it from above as the Nautiloid passed through Avernus. This woman was on the front line.
What was that?
You're a devil then, a soldier in the Blood War.
Not by choice. I'm a good skull crusher, but I never wanted to serve Zariel. From that peek I got into your head, I'm not the only one with problems on top of problems. A mind flayer tadpole, huh? And no joy getting it sorted as of yet, I see. I'm Karlach. And you are?
I'm Clor.
Well met, soldier. Now that we're old pals, how would you feel about helping me kill some evil bastards?
I do love killing evil
A
bastards.
little background, if your moral compass needs something to point at. You already know I fought in the Blood War. I was good at killing demons. Really good. So good, Zariel, the archdevil herself, made me her personal attack dog. I played along until I could get the fuck out of there. Took me 10 years to properly escape, but now I'm free. Zariel sent goon after goon to hunt me down. But believe me when I tell you, I'm not going. The latest yappy little dogs she sicked on me are nearby. A group of dopes posing as paladins of Tyr. Want to help me take them down?
Let's send them back where they came from.
Fuck yes. They cornered me outside the toll house just up the hill. Doubt they've gone far after the scorching I gave them. After we've mopped them up, we can work on evicting this parasite and take Faerun by the short hairs. Sound good?
A warrior who winks at her foes while she slays them. You'd be a fool to refuse her.
I agree. We're going to talk more about this, but there are so many parallels between Karlach's backstory and Astarion's in the way that they were essentially enslaved for a long, long time. Obviously, Astarion much longer. But the way that they have both responded to their imprisonment, their slavery, is so vastly different. And there's an old saying, you won't always be able to control what happens, but you'll always have control over how you react. And the way that both of them have responded to their situation has completely informed the way that they view the world and the way that they view our character and the way that they view themselves. So I'm really excited to unpack that with Karlach and Astarion. I will definitely be drawing parallels and contrasting between the two of them. Sounds like a great plan.
I'd hug you if it wouldn't scorch your skin off. Looks like your troops all trooped up. You'll need to send someone packing if you want me to join.
Meet me at camp.
I'll catch up with you when it's time to camp for now. But don't get to any of the fun stuff without me. Got it?
You got it, Queen. I'll take your backpack, though. Astarion. Me. Took it all, and we'll pick up the backpack. Backpacks are useful. Alright. Let's, maybe... Oh, yeah, we gotta do some leveling. Odd place to spawn. Not enough strength to move it. Alright, that's fine.
What's the story? Looks like your troops all trooped up.
You take Astarion's place.
Now we're talking.
Alright, let's level some folks up. Alright, Paladin level 3. So we get a new level 1 spell slot. We gain Divine Health. Divine Magic flowing within you prevents disease from affecting you. Lovely. Add Abjure enemy. Frighten an enemy. They'll have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls, and they cannot move. Vow of enmity. Enmity. Gain advantage on attack rolls against an enemy. That's lovely. Then gain Bane and Hunter's Mark. So... Cure wounds. Wrath, smite. I have all my smites. Two heroism for a hot minute. Alright, what are we going to do for Gale? This will be useful later. Ooh, I do love Misty Step. Oh, and I do love Hold Person too. Let's prepare our spells. Don't need these. Alright, this will do for now. We can change things out later if we decide. Battle Master. Combat maneuvers. Probably gonna stick with that. When you hit those problems really quite hard. Yeah, that's basically a barbarian, so we'll go Battle Master. Maneuver. We'll do a disarming attack. Goading attack. Oh, I do love sweeping attack. Sweeping attack. Right. Zell. And then Kagha gets danger sense. You have advantage on dex saving throws against trap spells and services. Against when you can't be blinded or incapacitated. And we gain reckless. Right, and we're gonna go subclass Berserker. It's just the best. It is simply the best. And I think that is going to be where we leave it tonight. So thank you everyone so much for watching. I really hope you're enjoying this run. I really hope you're enjoying the analysis. I really hope you're enjoying just the chill, vibey vibes that we're doing here. If you like what you see, please give this video a like. Please subscribe. Would love to hear what you think in the comments. If you have any feedback or anything that you think that I could be doing better or anything you would like me to approach or talk about as part of the run or as part of the analysis, would definitely love to hear about it. Please, please, please let me know. But thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will see you over in episode 3. Take care. Bye-bye.